Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good week. It's been since, I want to say February the last time I made a video. It's been a while. It is now the 5th of October, I believe. And NHL season's just around the corner. We are less than 2 weeks away. Football started. Basketball's getting started soon. Baseball, playoffs heading into that. It's a good year, good time of the year. So first off, we're going to just look at general standing predictions. I don't have any points up for what I think they're going to get. It's just too hard to predict. Honestly, that's just guessing at that point. I have some hot takes, I have some cold takes, and let's just get right into it. So in the Western Conference Central Division, I have the Colorado Avalanche finishing first in the division, followed by the Minnesota Wild. I think Kirill Kaprizov has had an amazing rookie year. I feel like Robertson should have won it, but he had a great year, and they look like an all-around solid team that can base their offense mainly around him. They don't necessarily need many other players. They have great goaltending. They look like they could finish second. And from then on, it's not really clear. I think the Jets are going to have another solid season. I don't really see them missing any other points or missing any other pieces. I believe they still have Pierre-Luc Dubois, obviously missing Patrick Laine, but they still have an all-around solid team with Connor Hellebuyck in net, followed by the Stars. The Stars, I think, are going to finish fourth and may squeak into that wild card spot. First or second one, I couldn't tell you, but I think they're definitely going to make the playoffs this year. I wasn't certain about it last year. I said it could be possible they could miss it. It happened. That was unfortunate. Followed by the Blues. Blues, I think, not doing too hot. I don't think they're going to be doing too good this year. Blackhawks, they have a good team, but overall structurally, they haven't had a lot of time. It's a lot of new faces in the program, and they haven't had a lot of time to get together and play for a couple years, and I think that's going to hurt them. Followed by the Predators and Coyotes. Coyotes, their first year in the Central Division with the addition of the Seattle Kraken. I will be following the Kraken, not supporting, maybe supporting, definitely following the Kraken, obviously the Stars. Then in the Pacific Division, this is where it gets interesting because other than the Golden Knights, who are pretty much a guaranteed first place spot, it could go to any of the three Canadian teams, the Flames, Canucks, and Oilers. It's really hard to tell. I felt like the Canucks should have had a way better year than they did last year. Pettersson got hurt for most of it. Hughes played great. Horvat and JT Miller were great together. Goaltending was weird. That seemed to be where the biggest hit was. Defending maybe a little bit too. Calgary, not really sure what happened there. Oilers, yeah, they had McDavid and Draisaitl, but that's it. That is it. They don't have anyone else. And that's the issue, and that's been so apparent. And with the issue in Edmonton, I feel bad for their fans because it's like, yeah, you have two of the best players in the league, but that's not getting it done. And I don't know what their GM and management front office is doing, but it's not working. Then I had the Kraken falling to the 5 spot here. I don't think they'll be finishing worst or even second worst. I think they'll have a pretty good season. They could always surprise people like Vegas did. Everyone predicted Vegas to do terrible. I'm not leaving that out of the picture. I just don't see it as likely. I really question some of their decisions with the expansion draft and then free agency. It didn't really make a lot of sense as what they did, but who knows? Maybe they know something we don't. And then bottom 3, Ducks, Sharks, Kings. You could flip that any direction, any way, and it probably would be those 3 teams still. And then we move over to the Eastern Division. I think the Panthers... We'll get to this later, but I think the Panthers oust the Lightning. They did last year. They finished ahead of them. And then obviously followed by Tampa Bay, who were looking for a three-peat. Then the Bruins, Maple Leafs, Canadiens, Senators, Red Wings, Sabres. These 3 teams, again, flip that. They could be anywhere. I don't think the Maple Leafs are going to have that good of a year. I could honestly see the Canadiens being up here, but as for now, my safe bet is putting them just below Boston in the 4 spot. And then moving on to the Metro, I don't really know too much about this division. I'm not going to be the first to admit, and I'm not going to try to act like I know a lot about it. What I do know is that Carolina self-imploded this offseason and lost a lot of core pieces. I mean, losing Dougie Hamilton's huge on the D-line. They have Aho and Svetch, but I don't really think consistently they can be a good team with what they have. I threw the Capitals up there just because it's Washington. They always somehow find a way with whatever players they have to do pretty well. I don't think this division's going to be very good. Now, I have the Rangers after the Hurricanes, and could the Flyers sneak up there? The Flyers, everyone has high expectations. I feel like going into every season, the Flyers are always supposed to be finishing in the top 3. That's not happened the last 2 or 3 years. I've really been trying to make these predictions as to who's going to finish where. And then I don't think my hot take this season is I don't think the Penguins will do well at all. I think they will struggle immensely. I don't know what it is. It's a gut feeling. And then I have New Jersey finishing last. There's not much rhyme or reason to the Metro rankings. I apologize. I definitely say my more solid takes are with the Central and Atlantic. But then some other fun predictions for the President's Trophy. I say that goes to the Panthers. I think they have the best record in the league. They finished with the best. Calder goes to Cole Caulfield. He looked great for Montreal in the playoffs, got them in the Stanley Cup. Obviously, unfortunately, lost to Tampa Bay, but I still think he's going to be a very, very efficient player for that Montreal team. Stanley Cup final prediction, I think it's going to be Avalanche versus Florida Panthers. I have Panthers winning the Stanley Cup, and that is my 2021 season prediction. Leave a comment below if you have any insight as to what you think will happen this season. Thank you for tuning in.